I've lived in Jersey City for 6 years now. I think it's extremely important to me that Jersey City implement basic safety regulations for Airbnbs and other short-term rentals in our residential neighborhoods. I say this as someone who was poisoned by a gas leak at a short-term rental operation next door to my house. One night last October, I woke up with the worst headache that I've ever experienced in my life. It turned out that it was caused by inhaling gas fumes that were being released at a full-time Airbnb hotel next door. And ironically, I used to live in that unit. I lived in that unit for 5 years, and I was told not to use that fireplace because the gas was not hooked up to anything. If someone had turned on a stove or lit a match, the house could have blown up and resulted in the deaths of many people, including me and Lorraine's 2-year-old son. The truth is that this was an entirely avoidable accident. There are currently no adequate regulations in place that could have prevented this. Jersey City voters need to vote yes on municipal question number 1 to establish basic safety regulations for these types of rentals. The lives of many Jersey City residents and guests depend on it.
The neighborhood is one of the greatest things that we have in Jersey City that makes Jersey City so special, is your neighbors and your neighborhood. And with people coming in and out, it's just a recipe for disaster. And we get to see that recipe each and every day on the alarms that we respond to. And thankfully, we haven't had any bad ones yet, but it's only a matter of time.
You know, everybody up here understands that people need to short-term rent their homes, and we understand that, and we're supportive of that. And that's an important distinction between what we're saying and Airbnb is saying. What is important to us is that it's done in a safe way that protects neighborhoods. And what we're proposing, and the council has passed, is common sense rules and regulations that have been supported in countless cities across the country.
As the mayor had stated, many cities across America have instituted some regulations, which we need here also, just for the safety of our neighborhoods and our residents. You know, it's paramount to the quality of life in town. You know, and not just as a police officer here, but also as a resident. You know, I feel the effects of it also. In my neighborhood, it's going on. We need these regulations, and that's why we support the mayor in this effort.
This is very important to the fire department due to safety issues that we see out there and throughout the country. And it's come to the point where even the U.S. Fire Administration last year released a study with a report showing that over 50% of the Airbnbs out there don't even have operable smoke detectors, CO detectors. A lot of them don't have operable fire extinguishers that are required, and several other safety issues that we see that have already been mentioned. When we go there, we don't know how many people are in these buildings, what the setup is. Most of the times, the people don't even know how to get out of the place. Are there second means of egress? A lot of these are single-family homes. Are they using basements that only have one way out? We don't know. And regulation is definitely needed for the safety of the people that are staying there.
In our dockets in the municipal court, I can tell you that in our sanitation dockets, we have a number of unregulated hotels that don't follow basic trash and recycling rules. They litter the streets with trash out early, trash out on wrong nights. In our quality of life criminal docket, we have disorderly groups that are on vacation in the middle of our neighborhoods, in the middle of our streets, and that's what we're fighting for with this yes vote. We're voting for fighting for sensible regulation that keeps these de facto hotels out of our streets, lets us have our quiet enjoyment, lets us have our clean streets, and so we need to urge everyone to support the folks up here and vote yes.